saying congratulations for being part of the indie showcase at PAX Online.
Thank you ever so much.
So, mate, tell us a little bit about Kingless. Where did the idea come about, and how do people play this game?
So, the idea sort of came about from the three co-founders of the company, myself, Alex and Nathan, my two co-founders. We've sort of always been to video games and things like that, and in the tech space, and we wanted to sort of break away a little bit from that. We're sort of talking late 2018, early 19 now, so this was like pre-COVID. That wasn't even on. We didn't even know that was happening around the corner. So we just wanted to step away from technology and move into a physical-based game. And we sort of pulled our ideas together, and that's how we ended up building Kingless.
So tell us a little bit about the game itself. It's a tabletop game. Tell us a little bit about how the game works for people out there that don't know anything about it.
Absolutely, yeah. So Kingless is a tabletop card game. Games usually last about 20 minutes, and it's for 2 to 6 players. And the goal is to the winner of the game is the person who has the most influence at the end of all the rounds. So everybody will go around the table taking turns, and you will play dwarf, item, or events cards. They're the 3 types of cards we have in Kingless. Items and dwarves will sit down on the table in front of you, and they will have a number in the top right corner, which is the influence score of that card. Really simply, at the end of the game, the person with the the highest number total together, is the winner of the game.
Awesome.
I mentioned event cards, and they're sort of they have unique abilities that can help you remove cards from your opponents, or sort of bolster your own cards as well, to sort of shuffle things around on the table. When a card is removed, it goes into the discard pile, and we have some events and some dwarves as well that can pull cards back from that. So there's a lot of strategy involved in sort of how you take your turns and things like that.
So, as a team, when you first started to work on this game, how do you come up with how the game works, but also the world that the game takes part in? How long did that take you, and how do you throw around those ideas between the 3 of you?
Good question, actually. So, Alex is very into D&D, and he runs a lot of his own D&D campaigns. So he is definitely the mastermind behind the lore and the characters and the whole Kingless world that we've created. So we haven't published too much on this yet, but this is something we're working on in the future. But there's a lot of depth behind each of the characters, so they each have their own stories and things like that. So it's a little bit more than that meets the eye with the cards as you're playing Kingless. Obviously, Kingless was designed to be a fast-paced, quick game, but yeah, each of these characters have a lot of depth behind them.
Awesome. So going back even further than that, your company 219, I believe you guys are based in my beautiful home state of Tassie. Tell us a little bit about how 219 came into being as a company.
Yeah, I think it was just natural for us. We've been 3 great friends for many years, and always throwing different ideas around, and this was just a culmination of actually making it happen. So we went to Kickstarter in early 2020, just prior to the pandemic, and was successful enough to raise just over 200% of our funding goal. So we didn't go in with any expectation. We had this idea that we built, and we just wanted to share it with the world, I guess. And if we could produce a game that we can sit around a table with some friends and play, then fantastic. But a lot of people shared the passion, I guess, that we had for the game when we went public with it.
Definitely. So tell us a little bit about your involvement with PAX Online. How important is that to you for the rest of the development now for Kingless?
This is a wonderful opportunity that we've been, lucky enough to be involved with PAX this year. It's unfortunate that it's not going to be in person, but I think that just makes it even stronger that everyone's coming together online and showing support that way. It's an amazing opportunity for us. We really wanted to get to PAX this year, regardless of winning the indie showcase. But this has just been fantastic for us.
So tell us a little bit about how people will be able to interact with you guys during PAX Online. What have you got planned for people out there?
Yeah, so we've got we're involved in some panels where we'll be talking a little bit more about Kingless and the development, gameplay and things like that. You can also play Kingless for free if you have Tabletop Sim, which is a game on Steam that emulates physical games in the digital realm. Kingless is available on there that you can play for free right now, and we will be hosting some events and playing live with people as much as we can during PAX that way too.
Awesome. And for people out there who might not be able to get involved with PAX Online, how can they find out more about Kingless, but also follow the rest of the journey now with the game as well?
Absolutely. Our website is kinglessgame.com, where you can find out more information on Kingless there. Kingless is available on Amazon and via our own store direct as well. And you can get us on all the socials at Kingless Game, across Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Awesome. And we'll put those links up there for everybody as well. So if you're listening to this show on the podcast, the link will be directly below the podcast. And if you're listening live on air right now, then we'll actually have that link there available on the subcultureentertainment.com website. Sebastian, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us today. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you, and we can't wait until everything is open back up again and we might be able to see you guys at PAX in the future in person.
Absolutely, completely agree. Can't wait.